everybody. Welcome to the St. Canard Files, a Darkwing Up podcast. I'm your host, Will Santana, and
Stan Lund, once again with you.
All right, Stan, we got another filler episode today. Again, we don't know when this is going to drop, but we kind of starting to get a feeling we know when it's going to drop now, and we kind of got a feeling of what order they're going to come. All right, but Stan, how's it going, man? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just waiting for this heat wave up here in Vermont to finally break.
Oh, yeah, it's starting to get hot, man. I have not turned on my air conditioner yet here in
I don't
Georgia.
even own an air conditioner.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm relying on fans.
Okay, I've been relying on fans right now just because the air conditioner makes my electrical bill go up a lot more, almost like double and triple. So I'm trying my best to prevent myself from using the AC. But if I do turn it on, I think for right now, because it's only hitting 80s at my house at nighttime, that's when I might turn on the AC because the house will get cooler quicker because it's night.
Right.
Yeah, the sun's not beaming on my roof or through my windows, So I might do that for right now, and then like once it hits a certain temperature, turn it off. All right, but Stan, real quick, man, I know we're gonna show off some toys and stuff, or not toys, but some Darkwing merchandise. But we have a 6-page review today, so it's gonna be really short. Let's talk a little bit about like hidden gems you think from like 80s and 90s cartoon series. Hidden gems.
Hidden gems. So not the most obvious.
Not the Ninja Turtles, not the DuckTales, kind of like off the radar, to you, what you may think.
Well,
go ahead.
Obviously, gem number one would be the Back to the Future animated series.
Okay, you think that's a really good series, or kind of is decent?
It's pretty good to me.
Okay, what about you think most people would like it? Because you are a Back to the Future fanboy, so you are a little biased.
I think it's good enough that most people would enjoy it. Yes.
Okay. What are some of the voice actors on there?
Well, we have at least one Darkwing voice actor on there.
Who's that?
Megavolt, Dan Castellaneta.
Hey,
he voices Doc Brown.
All right. Who do you know who voiced Marty?
I don't.
You don't know? Okay.
My head. It wasn't Michael J. Fox.
Okay.
Though I will say Tom Wilson came back to voice Biff and all of Biff's ancestors, and Mary Steenburgen came back as Clara. And they did get Christopher Lloyd back for the live action segments with Doc Brown, as well as a up and coming Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Okay, so you got Back to the Future as a hidden gem. I'm gonna name one right now. I just started watching it like a week ago. It was recommended to me by Mr. Cody Blythe. And it's the Mask animated series. I'm really enjoying it. Like it's kind of darker. You know what? I don't want to compare yet because that's going to be my next hidden gem I want to mention. But I'll get to the comparison. But I'm enjoying it. Rob Paulsen is the voice of the Mask. Jim Cummings is in there. It's solid, dude. It is really funny to me, man. I'm really enjoying it. All right. Do you have another one you want to name?
Possibly. I'm not sure if it's a hidden gem or not, though.
Okay.
The Sonic Sat AM series.
Is that the one Jaleel White did a voice for?
Well, he did the voice for both of them, but this is the one that had the dark storyline where the citizens of Mobius were being turned into robots by Robotnik, and there's like pollution everywhere.
Okay.
Where the stakes are high, and Jim Cummings, of course, kills it as Robotnik.
And it's a really good series to you? Really
good. Like, it is the crown jewel of Sonic cartoons.
Okay. All right. My next one, the movie is not a hidden gem, but I think the cartoon is. The cartoon does not really connect with the movie that well. There's a lot of new characters, and there's some things that are completely off. This is my comparison to the Mask. Like when I started watching this, I was like, yo, this reminds me of that series. And the series I'm talking about is Beetlejuice.
Oh, great show. I'm not sure if it's a hidden gem, though. I think
you don't think so?
A lot of people love that one.
I never hear it get talked about, though. When it comes to like 80s and 90s nostalgia, I never hear it come up. I used to watch it on Nickelodeon. Is that where it originally aired?
I don't think so. I think it originally aired like on CBS or Fox.
Okay, because see, when it comes to Nickelodeon, that's where I used to watch it, but I never caught it when it premiered. I always called it syndicated.
Yeah.
I always hear Doug, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, Hey Arnold. You know, I always hear those. What's the one, Monsters?
Real Monsters.
All Real Monsters. I always hear those. I never hear about the Beetlejuice one. So, but I always assumed Beetlejuice was a Nickelodeon. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Okay, yeah, but so you don't think it's a hidden gem at all?
I think a lot more people have nostalgia for that one.
Okay, all right. So now that we talked about some little hidden gems and stuff on cartoon, me and Stan, we did a little thing last filler episode where we kind of show some uncommon Darkwing collector items. Stan, you want to start off first, or you want me to go first this time?
You go first this time.
Okay. I don't think this is common. I got mine sealed. I do see it a little more frequently loose, but I got it sealed. It's dead. It needs a new battery. And I'm talking about the Darkwing Watch. Do you have this, Stan?
No, I don't. So I think I may have had it as a kid.
Mm-hmm. I never had it until maybe 3 years ago or so. I finally got it. I got mine for $20. I normally see it from like $40 to $60 range though.
Yeah.
That's about the same range you see it for, 40 to 60.
Yeah.
Well, at least sealed. Yeah, sealed.
Yeah.
Loose, I see it all over the place, anywhere from 15 to 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, loose. But mine is sealed, so I would say 40 to 60 for it sealed is a fair price. I got it for 20 though. All right, go ahead, Stan.
So my first item here. A lot of people are very familiar with the Playmates Darkwing figures, but a lot less people realize that Applause did a line of little vinyl bendable figures. I've got the Darkwing here. I also have the Goslin. I think they also made Launchpad, Honker, possibly Steelbeak. Like basically most of the figures they made for Playmates, they made for these bendy figures.
Okay. It does look like the Playmate, but like a miniature version of it.
Yeah, and they are usually pretty hard to find. I got mine for a fairly cheap price.
Okay. All right. The next thing I got, it's not uncommon. I think it is a common item. The thing is, complete, I think, makes it uncommon. Yeah. And I'm talking about the Darkwing NES game. I have the box, I have the manual, and I have the game and the black sleeve with the game. And the only thing also added on to mine is I got some autographs on there. I got Terry McGovern's right there. I got Jim's right there, and it's over Katie Lee's. He did not see Katie. How did he not see that green there? He signed right over it. Oh, it frustrates me so bad. But all three are there so far. Yeah.
My NES game doesn't have quite the prestige of yours. I do have the original game and manual. Thanks to you, actually. But I actually had to get a reproduction box for mine. But it looks awesome on the shelf. Like you'd look at it, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, man. Just be patient. I highly I know you don't really have too many cons in your area, but I went to a retro video game convention, and that's how I was able to get you the extra manual. I got it for $5 or $10, something like that. Well, and then
it was something you actually had kicking around. You didn't go special to get it. Like I think you had the manual already.
Well, this is what happened. I bought the box and the game from my friend Oscar. No, not Oscar. It was Jose, and he was on the podcast once on the TurboGrafx episode. Jose sold it to me for $20, the game in the box, but he said it was missing the manual. Right? So I went all over that convention trying to find the manual. And I found it though after like 2 hours of digging in other boxes and stuff. And then when I got back to my hotel room, I opened this up. The manual was in there. I was like, Jose, you idiot. Now I got 2 manuals.
It worked out for you, didn't it?
Yeah. All right. So it's my turn, right? Or is yours?
It's my turn. You just did the NES game.
But then you did some after the NES game, and then I went back to it.
No.
No? Okay, go ahead.
So next up, I've got the Disney on Ice pink Darkwing plush.
I'm jealous of that one. I don't have that one. I got the Lemon Beak and the Funko one.
I actually don't have the Funko. I've got this one in Lemon Beak. I'll get the
Okay.
Funko at some point, but this one's pretty cool looking. I actually love that the face looks a lot more like Darkwing than the Lemon Beak did.
Yeah.
You know,
The
and it
Funko
is a
one,
hard one.
Yeah, it's hard one. I hardly ever see it go up, man.
Yeah, I think me and Michelle have it. I'm
Mhm.
not sure if any other of us do.
Okay, now this one, let me move these other items real quick. This next one, I do think it's uncommon and it's hard to get cheap. You have it as well. There is a difference between.
I paid a decent price for mine, though yours has more prestige again.
Yeah, and we're talking about the Darkwing Up board game.
Yep.
And mine is complete too. It's a little beat up a little bit. The only thing that with mine that's different than yours is the autographs. As you can see, I got Terry McGovern's, I got Katie Lee's, I got Raw Paulson, and I got Jim Cummings. The only thing is I hate where Jim signed his. I wish he would have signed it on Darkwing.
Yeah.
So not rare. It's fairly uncommon. I think it's uncommon, and getting it for a good price is the tricky part.
Yeah.
What do you normally see it go for? I normally see it from like 60 to 100.
Same.
But I think 40 is a fair price, though. I wouldn't pay 60.
Mine for less than that.
Yeah, I got mine for 20.
Yeah, I think I got mine somewhere between 20 and 30.
Okay. All right, Stan, you're up.
All right. Next up, this one's actually very uncommon. It's not in the best shape, as you'll be able to tell, but I'm just glad to have one in the packaging. The Darkwing Duck switch plate.
Ah, nice.
Yep. You could install this over your light switch to add a little Darkwing to your home.
I wouldn't open it if I were you, though.
Oh, I'm not going to. It has this convenient little thing right there that allows me to hang it on my wall, and that is what I do.
All right, this is my last item. It's 3-in-1.
Oh, and before we continue, we should mention that for anyone wanting to see these items, you should check out the YouTube version of this.
Yeah,
because otherwise you're just hearing us talking about them.
Yeah. All right, so this is my last item, but it's going to be 3-in-1. I have the Playmates figures, a couple of them. I don't have them all, but I got 3 of them autographed, so I thought I'd kind of show it. I got Honker here, still sealed, complete, and autographed by Katie Lee.
Nice.
I got Mr. Raw Paulson assigned as still sealed.
Cool.
He wrote "Bada Boom Bada Bing" on something, but it's not this. What did he sign? He wrote "Bada Boom Bada Bing" for me.
Well, it could be the board game, or maybe you're thinking of my picture.
It could be. And then I got Terry McGovern to sign this LP. I do have the Megavolt sealed and Tuscanini, but I don't have those autographed, obviously. Tuscanini, I wouldn't mind getting Tad to sign it.
Yeah, in terms of Megavolt, you should see if you can get Dan to sign that. And I'm actually surprised you haven't bought a sealed Darkwing to have Jim sign yet.
Yeah, that Darkwing's a little pricey, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been waiting to catch somebody slipping on that one. But I got Megavolt and I got Tuscanini sealed, but I don't have Darkwing and I don't have Gosling and Bushroot.
Right. And obviously those two you'll never get signed.
Bushroot, I got a plan with that one.
Yeah.
You know who I may get to sign that one. Yeah, I may get to try to get the trio to sign it, the 3 writers who created Bushroot. So I may go that route. All right, so Stan, let's get into our review.
You got one more item.
Yeah. Okay.
And I need to back up a little for this because otherwise it's not going to be in the frame all. The Darkwing Duck bedside light.
Oh, I don't have that. I got the.
It's fairly massive, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? Just because you showed that now, I got something else I could show, but I'm not going to show it today.
I actually didn't think it was going to be quite this big, when I bought it, and I got it for, again, an amazingly good deal.
Yeah. I wouldn't open that one either if I were you.
I'm not going to, but I'll show it off a little closer there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. All right, Stan, we got to get into some audio because the people who don't listen to us on YouTube, they're like, what the hell are they talking about? What are they showing?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into some review. But you know what, Stan? I never looked at the writer because I can't even see his name the way the pages are set on my thing, man. I it won't even show me who. Yeah, I can't even see who.
I'm not really sure either.
It says pencil by something Diaz Studio writer. It doesn't even show me the writer.
If you give me a moment, I can track him down. I've got that comic on the wiki page bookmarked, so I just have to go into that.
All right, so guys, today we're gonna review Darkwing Duck, the Family Way comic. It was a Disney Adventures comic from December 1995.
Yeah, it was written by Doug Murray, and the pencils were done by Jamie Diaz Studio and Jose Massaroli.
All right, and the cover of this Disney Adventures from December 95 is a Toy Story. It has Woody and Buzz Lightyear on the cover.
Yeah.
All right, so Stan, man, get us going. Take us away on the Family Away, or the Family Way, not the Family Away.
So it starts with Negaduck in jail, fuming over how he's been beaten again, and he doesn't understand what Darkwing has that he doesn't, because he's just as smart, just as good looking, and a better dresser. But something's happening to the wall behind him, isn't it?
Yeah, we got Mr. Megavolt breaking him out.
Yep.
Or should I say Sparky? Yeah, but he's still upset with Mr. Sparky, right?
Oh yeah, because he took his sweet time in getting there.
He wasn't there, and then he feels he needs he gets the idea that he needs a team. Negaduck feels he needs a team, and Megavolt tells him, well, you already got a team. You got the Fearsome Five.
Yeah, Negaduck's like, those dolts? No, I need a real team, a family. That's how I'll beat him, in the family way.
Yeah, so then we get Darkwing, LP, Goslin, and Honker. They're all in the rat catcher, and they're riding through the city, and Negaduck pops up, right?
Yep.
And what's about to happen, or what's going on?
Well, he's got some sort of a ray gun machine that he proceeds to shoot Honker, LP, Goslin, and the rat catcher with.
So then what happens to them?
It duplicates them.
Yeah,
it makes another rat catcher and a Nega version of Honker, Goslin, and LP.
Yep. So we got a Nega version, and their colors have changed because it's the Nega version.
Yeah,
Honker's in red.
Yep.
Goslin's in green, light green, and then LP's in, I guess, like a Christmas green color.
Yeah. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense that would be the negative colors of what they're wearing, but what do I know?
Yeah, it's still kind of it just does it, but this plan starts off not so well though, Stan, right?
Yeah, his terror team doesn't seem to want to listen to him.
Yeah, so they're not listening to him. He's like, LP telling him he doesn't want to be a sidekick anymore. Goslin doesn't want to eat her vegetables, and Negaduck turns to somebody for help.
Yeah, he wants DW to help him, and Darkwing's like, I think I'll stay out of this one if you don't mind.
Yeah. So, Negaduck's trying to convince them that he created them, that he made them, and it's not going well. LP's like, you didn't make us, that's absurd.
Yep.
Yep. And Goslin's like, give me a break, Nega Pop.
And then Honker's like, get him.
Yep. Yeah, so Negaduck's trying to prove himself, but they start calling him a traitor and old geezer and everything.
And they start fighting him.
Yep, they get into a brawl. What's happening during the brawl?
Oh, there's people stepping on hands. There's, punching and kicking, probably some biting.
Yeah, and then so Negaduck reaches back out to Darkwing for help. He's like, hey, I'm a fugitive from justice. It's your job to help me. Yeah. Yeah, so then Darkwing steps in, and we get the iconic catchphrase, let's get dangerous.
Yeah.
Yep. So Honker comes up with the idea to reverse that ray gun. And
reverse the polarity.
Yep, they reverse the polarity, and then they fire it, and everybody goes back to normal.
it gets rid of the Nega versions, and we get the cops taking Negaduck away. And what does Darkwing say to wrap this up?
He says, obviously, Negaduck has never seen my family fight over who has to do the dishes. Yep, and that's the end.
Yeah.
So it's a short one, you know, the family ways. What I like about it, it's kind of more Negaduck and Nega-verse, you know, driven. So it's kind of cool. It's just really short. It's hard to really get into depth about this one because it's so short, you know.
Yeah.
Darkwing's okay. He didn't really do much, which is fine sometimes. You know, Darkwing doesn't always have to be the center of attention for me to like a episode or a comic or something.
Right.
Stan, I guess I'm gonna go 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little higher than you with a 2.5. I actually no, a 3. I'm going a 3.
You're going 3. Oh, okay.
Because I like where the comic was going. I like the idea of Negaduck having a Nega team, you know, a terror team, if you will. I think they could have made the comic longer. Like, I think if they had beaten up Negaduck and then gone on their own crime spree for a while, that would have, I think, made it a better story. You know, maybe forced, you know, Negaduck to go to Darkwing, like, hey, you got to do this. If they destroy everything, what's left for me?
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. And I did like the drawing, the artwork. It was very detailed, and they put a lot of detail in the background and everything. I wasn't too crazy about the coloring though.
Yeah, the coloring was a little off. I did, you know, I didn't have any problem hearing the voices, you know, in my head while reading it. You know,
Same
that
here.
is a problem you have with some comics. Some that are dangerous about some money, maybe.
Yeah. But overall, it was cool. We got a quick cameo from Megavolt. Like I said, it's not a bad story, just so short, and it could have been more, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we rate the terror team?
Oh, you want to rate the terror team?
Well, they are technically villains, and we've never
go for
rated
it.
them.
Go for it.
So I'd give them about a 2. I think they would have been utilized better, as I said, if they went on a spree and had to be stopped, you know, rather than what we got. There was potential there, but it feels somewhat squandered.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I guess I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna go 1.8.
There's those percentages.
Yeah, I don't want to go 2 and I don't want to go 1.5. So I'm gonna go 1.8. Same thing with you. Like, the idea was there. It was a good idea. It just wasn't executed correctly, you know? So I'm gonna go 1.8. I like my score. I'm gonna stick with that. All right, Stan. So that's The Family Way, short comic. Again, it was on Disney Adventures, December of '95 with the Toy Story cover. Are you on a goal to get all 30? I think it's 35 comics from Disney Adventures. Are you trying to get all 35?
I'd love to have all 35 someday.
Yeah, I want all 35 too, but I'm not gonna go one by one getting them. I'm gonna keep doing it in the lot because I do like some of the other comics that come with them. You know, the DuckTales, the Tailspin. You know, I don't care for the Bonker ones at all. But there are always some rare ones that you can find in there. Like there was a Sonic one in before. There was a Simpson one I've seen in there.
Yeah, that Sonic one's one of the rarest Sonic comics because it's technically the first appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog in comic form.
Oh, okay. I've seen some Roger Rabbit in a few of them. So that's a cool thing I like about some of these Disney Adventures. Those scared comics that come with them. You know, it's not always Disney Afternoon stuff.
Yep. There's actually, in one of the last ones we did, there's a great comic I always loved that had Weird Al Yankovic in it.
All right. Well, Stan, man, before we wrap this up, man, I wanted to give you a chance to do a quick little mini review. Today's episode for your mini review is Comic Book Capers.
One of the founding episodes on VHS tapes.
Yep, and it was written by the trio also. And it's a classic Megavolt episode.
Oh yeah, it is.
Right. All right.
Even if some of the things in that induce a bit of a collar pull nowadays. Yeah, like I don't think they get away with little running gag nowadays.
Yeah. All right. So
it's a great story though. I love how it's the story is a bit of a vignette. Like you got everybody adding their influences to it, like Goslin with the dripping slug monsters and Binky with the cute little was it Super Rabbit or Super Bunny? Something like that. And then of course Megavolt making himself 50 foot tall. And
then Darkwing's touch on it too,
Oh yeah. It's like the humor in that episode is spot on. The visuals are amazing. It's a great story. Everybody gets input into it. You know, it's a classic.
All right. And what score would you give it?
I would give that a solid 4.5 out of 5.
Hey, okay. For me,
it's one of the good ones.
Yeah, I know I already reviewed it, but to me, the difference maker on that one is Binky, because that's the one that you just don't see her fitting that well with Goslin and Megavolt and Darkwing.
Like, oh no, this will not do it all. Yeah, that's my horrible Binky impersonation.
All right, guys. So that's Stan's score for Comic Book Capers. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, Stan, where can they find us? Good luck.
Stitcher, Spotify, Google, iTunes, Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Pandora, Stitcher, Spotify. I think that's all of them. And YouTube. I think that's all of them, but don't quote me on it. I'm not the master like Mike is. I'm just a Padawan.
All right, and I only got one shout out today. Mike, I called you Mike. Stan, you might need to help me a little bit. Shout out to Michelle. I can't remember Michelle's last name.
Faf.
Okay. So give a shout out to Michelle, because Michelle is like, I think in my opinion, if you're not in our Darkwing chat, she's like an underrated Darkwing collector. She doesn't go on.
I'd say she's right up there with the best of us, if not slightly higher.
But she's underrated though, because she doesn't go on social media and showing off her collection and boasting about it. She doesn't do that at all.
But I can't. I can only say based on what I've seen, and she's willing to drop big money on some rather impressive things. Like she has one collectible neither of us have yet. The Disney on Ice Darkwing Duck mask and bill. That's something we don't have yet.
Yeah, and like I said, she's underrated. People don't like. She's not on the radar for people who don't follow our Darkwing chat, who are not a part of our Darkwing chat.
Also has a very impressive Vegeta and Hatsune Miku collection.
Okay. And she her plushie collection. Oh my gosh, she has an army.
Plushie army.
So that's what I say. So I want to give her a shout out because, man, Michelle, she's a hardcore Darkwing collector and stuff, man. And people just don't know about her if you're not a part of our Darkwing community chat. That we have a specific messenger chat. And if you're not part of that chat, you would have no idea, because like I said, she doesn't go boasting and bragging about her collection. But I wanted to give her a drop today because, man, her collection is just outrageous, man. So
I still have hope that you guys will get her on an episode someday.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows, man? We tried, but sometimes it was her, sometimes it was us. Just one day, maybe we'll get her on. But yeah, that's my shout out. So appreciate everyone for tuning in. Today we did the Family Way. I think I know which one me and Stan are doing next. I think it was called the Turnabout Foul something.
Turnabout is foul play.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that might be our next filler episode, which will probably come after this one, but we just don't know yet when this is going to drop, but we know the order now. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in, and remember to stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous, everyone.
Good night.